Hello, everybody, my friends, my colleagues, my supporters. Thank you so much for watching this video. Finally, I allocated some time to show you the violin in question, the violin that I'm trying to purchase with your help, the violin that was made by Antonio Tunioli in Ferrara in 1940. So here's the violin. The case that I got it in is pretty old, and I wouldn't be surprised if the case was made at about the same time when the violin was. It's nearly breaking apart. So I'm just using it to store it here, and of course I transport it in a different case that I have. Here's the instrument. It's in almost ideal condition right now, carefully restored by my great friend Andronik, a great luthier himself. I was buying a bow from Andronik back in the days, and I still using this bow. A truly wonderful person, and he did an amazing job of raising the fingerboard a little bit because the fingerboard was a little bit low. Also made a new bridge for me, the new sound post, and of course there's a new set of strings. Right now I have a dominant, one of their newer selections. I think dominant rondo. That's the strings that are currently on the violin. The one interesting features about the violin, it does have the geared packs, something I don't really enjoy at the moment. They are fine, but I still prefer to have a classic wooden packs, and I think that if I'm fortunate enough to purchase the violin, I will definitely replace the packs with the classic version. I just like to feel the resistance in my hand, and I think I can do a better job tuning the violin and also have more trust in a classic wooden version of the packs as opposed to these geared ones. The violin is pretty much the classic design. It's not a Stradivarius model. I'm not sure what it is. It's a little bit longer, and it does not look like a standard Stradivarius model to my eye, even though I'm not exactly an expert in this. But it's a little bit longer than a classical model. The top wood is made out of pine tree, as it should be. The sides and the bottom wood is maple. As you see, there's a one solid piece of wood, really beautiful. Also not very common to see. I don't know, about maybe 80, maybe 85% of the violins that are now alive are made from two halves. And as I was told by the experts, that's just due to the fact that sometimes it's really hard to find a really good piece of wood that would be of a size that the violin need for the bottom wood. Here's the head of the violin with the gear packs. As you see, it's a plastic, and I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it has the geared mechanism in it. They are a little bit heavier than the classical packs. Otherwise, they do their job pretty well. There are no fine tuners, as you see, because of the gears in the packs. The violin is in almost pristine condition. It has a little crack over here, right there, that was restored back in the days, apparently, and I don't think it will create any troubles in the future. Other than that, the violin is in really perfect shape, no cracks, no problems at all whatsoever, and Andronik was very careful to examine it, to provide me a full report on it. It's a really great instrument in great shape. The foundation is paying the majority of the market price. So the $14,000 that I'm asking from you on this campaign is really just a fraction of the market price that this violin has. You can find the name of the maker, Antonio Tunioli, and see how much his instruments were sold for in the past. He's a really great maker, not as famous as Guarneri or Stradivari or I don't know, Galliano, but definitely is a great luthier, and he was absolutely knowing what he was doing. The violin is truly amazing. It was made in Ferrara in Italy in 1940, so basically that was the time when the Second World War was kind of in its peak. And that's just another interesting fact about the violin. As you see, I have the palisandro wood here on the chin rest that I really like, and I would like to match this palisandro wood with the packs in the future, if I'm fortunate enough, lucky enough to get this violin to be mine. Now, the tailpiece right here, it has an interesting engraving of 4 roses, as you see in the pot. I really like this. Never seen something like this before. And what I'd like to do is to ask my luthier, to ask Andronik to maybe darken the wood a little bit so it will be a better match with the palisandro chin rest and the packs in the future. Other than that, the violin is great. I'm enjoying spending my time with it. I already played 2 recitals on it, as I reported to you before. And both my impressions and the impressions of the listeners, I asked many people about how the violin sounds, were very, very impressed. Everybody is very impressed with the violin. It's a very powerful instrument. It's definitely in the realm of a great professional soloist instrument that you can play with a symphony orchestra without being afraid of, being out of balance, not hurt or something like this. Definitely much more powerful than my own French violin that I think it's more or less a chamber instrument. It has a very great middle to the tone. It's not exactly high pitched, that I like as well. So somewhere between soprano and mezzo soprano, that I would say. If just to provide an analogy with the voice, the bow is my bow. It's my primary bow that I play absolute majority of my performances. It's Francois Nicolas Varenne. This bow is actually older than the violin. It was made in 1876 by this great French maker. And the violin, like I told you, it's was made in 1940. So now I'm just gonna play for you maybe a little piece of something. I think it will be the beginning of G minor Adagio for solo violin by Johann Sebastian Bach, just for you to hear a little bit of how the violin actually sounds in this, maybe not completely broke in stage. I think considering that we have a new bridge, a new sound post, and the fingerboard was changed quite a bit, the angle of it. It will require about a month for it to get to its to the shape, to the target shape where we need the violin to be. But before that happens, I think it already sounds pretty amazing, and I would like to play this short sample for you so you can listen to it for yourself. So here it sounds how it sounds at the moment. I think I will wait for about a few days more to for the sound to break in a little bit more, and maybe I'll record the full G minor adagio for you on a good studio equipment, so you can evaluate and completely enjoy the wonderful tone of this instrument. But here goes the initial presentation of the violin that I'm asking for your support to purchase at the moment. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and you can share this video, share this campaign with your friends and who might be interested to help me. As I promised, there will be a recorded album on this very violin by the contract that I have with the foundation. I need to do it within 1 year from the date of the purchase. So anybody who could help me with this great dream of mine, I will be very grateful, and I will share the result of this work, the recording, either in electronic form or the physical form. Please refer to the original campaign list that I provided, just to see what I promise as a gratitude for your support. And I really hope that you enjoy this presentation, and stay tuned for future updates. Thank you so much.